Good morning. Welcome to Beyond the Blueprints. I'm Jason Smith, your host, and today we are here with Granville Homes. We have Kathy Haines of EXP Realty and Will Yearns, president of Granville Homes. Will, start off, I just want to tell our folks a little bit about you and your background and how we got to here.
Yeah, absolutely, Jason. So, again, my name's Will Yearns with Granville Homes. I'm the president. We've been building houses since 2009, all around the county and the Triad, mostly custom homes and semi-custom homes. But typically we develop all our own properties. So this is one of those projects and where we develop the land and we're going to build all the units.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that makes Will a little unique as I'll share is he is a developer builder, which is not always the case. Most builders do not put their own lots on the ground. I would say most builders don't, but you are one of those that can and do that.
Yeah, that's right. And this project came to us, by a homeowner reaching out to us, or actually an heir to the homeowner, where this was a 2-acre piece of land, had one house on it, and knew that this was going to be a good spot to put something with some density that's a little bit different than a typical neighborhood in Greensboro, with it being right across the street from Friendly Center.
Right. So tell us, that leads us into my very first question. How did this come to be? Obviously, you started the story, but then when you got to your density part, where did you get to the planning, the price point, the product?
Right. So it's a process where you have to kind of step back and look at the whole picture. And so we have 2 acres here, and we needed to work with the neighborhood about rezoning the property. Part of the idea here was to build a missing middle type of concept that is, a townhouse or twin home, which we have the second row is. Mm-hmm. And the concept there was to have a kind of a high intensity residential product directly across the street from a high intensity shopping center. And then we scale it down into the neighborhood of single family homes with the twin homes that are designed to look like a big single family house. So we're trying to integrate into the community while also providing a product that the community wants.
Right. And where we're going today, obviously with the housing crisis that we see here, is density. Density is the word, right? So when you look at stuff, density is everything. And of course it's also how everybody makes money. Right. To some degree, you have to have density. So how did you come up with this concept, to build luxury, patio? These are townhomes, I guess, but and twin homes. But how did you come up with the idea to go to the luxury market?
Well, we noticed that other markets in North Carolina are building a lot of these as infill projects, in Raleigh and Charlotte, Cary, Durham. So we went and toured a lot of those in the design phase of this project, and we hired an architect that had designed some of these in Cary, in downtown Cary, and that was kind of a model for inspiration to copy. Mm-hmm. But we knew that this market needed something that has maintenance-free living, so you can have that lock and leave lifestyle, and there's nothing quite like this, or quite like that's maintenance free in this area. So we're trying to target the people around us, mm-hmm. that can upgrade to something like this.
Kathy, this is probably a you question, but with the design and the plans, who is your target audience?
Well, our target audience is very wide because, like Will said, we're looking at people that have been living in this neighborhood, Hamilton Forest, Hamilton Lakes, Starmount, Sunset Hills, in their 4,000 square foot home, and they love the location in the neighborhoods, but they need to downsize and they need to find something that they can age in place. So there's that. And then there's also, as he said, the lock and go lifestyle that a lot of people want, no matter what age that they are. And I think that everybody knows you can't really build wide anymore in the city. You have to go up. So we feel like we're probably going to see a lot more of this type of home. And people are absolutely amazed when they walk in because they thought it was going to be this, and it is so much better than they thought. And I think a lot of people that weren't even considering it are now looking at it.
So based on what you're saying, the future, down the road, 12, 24 months, 10 years, whatever that looks like, why is this type of housing you feel so important? Obviously, there's not much of it.
No, there isn't. Busy lifestyles, people that, have their home here in Greensboro and maybe a second home at the beach or the mountains, or they just want to travel a lot and don't want to have to worry about a yard or, having an empty vacant house that nobody can see back in the woods.
Right. Well, tell us, now we're standing on the middle floor. I guess,
The main
what I call
living
that the
floor.
main.
Yeah,
or
we
middle?
call it-
Okay.
yeah.
I know there's 4 levels, so
Right.
counting the rooftop, which you guys are gonna see in just a few minutes. But we are on the main level, the living areas. Tell us about some of your special features that make this so luxurious, other than the location and proximity to so many things. What are some things that you'd want to point out in this unit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got high-end finishes everywhere. So quartz countertops on all the counters. We've got a private elevator in every unit that goes to all 4 levels. We knew that being on a busy road like Friendly Avenue, we were going to have to put a lot of thought into soundproofing, which we have. So we've got the highest grade Pella windows for sound dampening. And then we also used acoustical drywall on the exterior walls that face the road. And then we did spray foam insulation and blown cellulose insulation in key areas to fill in all those nooks and crannies. So we put a lot of thought into that, and I think as most people have been very impressed with the amount of sound dampening.
I will
we've
tell you,
achieved.
we're literally standing right here, and if you look out behind me, there's traffic moving up and down Friendly Avenue. We hear nothing, so that absolutely is a fact. This also has an elevator.
That's right. Yep, so the elevator goes to all 4 levels, like I said. It's got a battery backup, an emergency phone. It's rated for 950 pounds. I mean, we used it to move furniture in and out. It was, it's a good elevator.
So room-wise, bedrooms, baths, what are we looking at?
Yep, so the first level has a bedroom with full bath and the 2-car garage. Then this main level is the kitchen and great room, dining area. This 3rd level has 2 primary suites with 2 primary baths. And then the 4th level is the roof deck.
Yeah.
So
With a laundry in between the 2
Yep,
primary
that's right.
suites, 10-foot ceilings on the main level, 9-foot ceilings everywhere else.
Lots of cabinets.
Yeah, solid shelving in all the closets, what you would expect with luxury.
All right, guys, so Will and I are gonna jump on the elevator. We're gonna take a ride while y'all take a walk. All right, welcome back. We are on the rooftop here at Hayden Park in Greensboro, just across from Friendly Center. I'm here with Kathy Haines, eXp Realty, Will Yearns, Granville Homes. So Will, tell it, now this is probably as unique a space as I've seen in a home in a long time. So where we are, we're actually up on the rooftop, and tell us, what's the feedback been on this space before we get into some of the specifics?
Yeah, the feedback has been phenomenal. Everybody didn't realize a rooftop space could look like this. I liked watching people's reaction when they step out the first time. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and if you look just across the street, this is such a convenient spot. You can walk to about any restaurant, shopping, anything you might need dining. It's literally a walk across the street away. So tell us about anything up here that you would want somebody to know about this. Maybe, I know we're going to talk about the floors, and maybe we start with the floors. This floor system up here is wood finish, but tell us about it, how it was installed, what's unique about it.
Yeah, so this is a wood floor that's a hardwood called Ipe. So there's no maintenance on it, but it's on a floating pedestal system. And I've actually got one of these pedestals here. So this sits on top of the membrane roof that provides the waterproof structure for the roof, and then we can raise and lower these and adjust the camber of them so we have a flat roof deck. Because underneath it, where the water flows through, it has to flow out to the front and back. So we need a sloped roof for that. So this lets us keep it level and let water flow through.
Okay, so is there, I'm assuming this would be a great party spot, right? I mean, I'm just going straight for, how many people have been wanting to hit you up, Kathy, to have parties up here?
Oh, everybody, and they want to watch fireworks from up here too.
Yeah, I didn't think
and
about
you
that.
can see all the way to downtown Greensboro.
if someone wanted to build a home, we could reinforce it to accommodate a hot tub if they wanted it up here. And also we can hardwire a grill up here and on the deck as long as it doesn't have a pellet or a fire, an ember. And you know, we try to customize as much as possible with what people's needs are. We've got a faucet up here so people can do container gardening up here, and we've got outlets so you can put, you know, any number of electrical items, wine fridge, whatever.
Right, right. So let's talk about location and the site itself. What? How many of these units? These are the townhomes, I guess, the luxury towns, and then you're going to have some twins. How many of each are you going to have?
Yeah, so there's 15 total townhouses. There's 3 units at each building, so there's a total of 5 buildings. So that we're in unit 1 right now. So there's 2 units attached to this one. And then there's a second row of 8 twin homes that are 2 in each building, so a total of 4 buildings.
Okay.
So and those are a different floor plan.
And what are your price ranges generally, Kathy?
We start at $974,000, $250,000, and we go all the way up to $1,184,000, $750,000.
And that's for the twins and the
Yes,
town- Okay.
the twins are less expensive. They're 2,300 square feet, and the townhomes range from 2,700 to 2,800-ish.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, if you have any questions about these specific units or anything, reach out to Kathy or Will. But now I have a couple, industry-related questions. Will, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to research and studying the market and things. But what do you see Greensboro, or not, and not just Greensboro, but the Triad in general? What do you see happening here? Obviously, we just had the announcement of net zero, but that's just one of many, actually. What do you see the next 12, 24, 5 years down the road? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so as far as housing goes, I think we're going to see that kind of steady trend as we've been seeing, up increasing. We're probably going to see more homes enter the market, more listings, but there's also going to be equal demand to meet that pace. So that's what I think the next 24 months is going to look like, is just kind of steady growth with all these new job announcements coming and all this growth in the area.
As I talk to political folks and industry leaders, one of the things I hear, and I mentioned it downstairs, is density, density, density. In order to reach the number of homes we really need, obviously we have to have a number of single family homes, but attached product is going to be what drives that, and high density single family and maybe infill and things. But are you seeing those same kind of comments and feedback?
Yes, absolutely. So, I would say in Greensboro specifically that we have a housing crisis like everybody's aware of, but that's, in my opinion, it is because we don't have enough of the right type of housing. We have a lot of single family houses in Greensboro, and we need different product types for different needs for the population.
And variety of price ranges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and density is a tool that we can use to allow more product types to fit the demand.
Right. Kathy, what are you seeing with buyers? You're with buyers a lot, and what are you hearing them say when they come to the market from other markets, or maybe even moving from around Greensboro area or the Triad? What are you hearing buyers looking for?
Well, even though our real estate prices may have doubled during the pandemic years, I still feel like North Carolina and certainly the Triad is one of the better deals out there. When people come here from California or up north, they're very excited about our home prices. What I feel like we're missing, but we're getting there by models such as this, is accessibility, because we are an aging population here and probably lots of places. Baby boomers and seniors are our largest segment. So they are looking for more of the living space to be on the main level, or a level that appears to be made by means of an elevator. So we need a lot more of that instead of these 2- and 3-story homes that we see without elevators.
Will, something I just thought about, I want to go back. You mentioned going to other markets and touring product. And is there things that you brought back that maybe was in those markets that were not here, or things that maybe you're going to do in future buildings, or things that you might have seen in other markets?
Yeah, so definitely see a lot of other things in other markets that, for the municipalities that are growing faster than we are, and how they're leaning into the new product types. You're definitely seeing more, I guess, narrower houses, single family. You're seeing more triplexes and quadplexes. Features like this rooftop is something we saw at Cary, and that was done well. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of different housing types if we bring what's being built there.
Okay. If folks want to find out about Granville Homes or Hayden Park, where can they go?
Well, we have a website, which is haydenparktownhomes.com. They can reach out to me, Kathy Haines, 336-339-2000, or Will Yearns.
336-202-8514.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. This is fabulous. I came to their grand opening. They had a realtor event here. It was quite impressive. People were moving around freely and just lots of nice comments. And so, great job. Again, if you need any information about this, reach out to Kathy or Will. And thank you for joining us today. If you want any information on our podcast, go to triadnewhomesguide.com. You can download any past episodes, and we'll have future episodes to come. Thank you.